Welcome back to Living Local, and you don't have to drive far from the Quad Cities to see farmland. Generations of farmers have raised their crops, livestock, and their families here in the heartland. A local group is helping preserve agricultural history and are once again celebrating this weekend, where the past will be on full display. And joining us in studio with more is David Carton in this segment, sponsored by the Vintage Farm Equipment Show. Dave, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
So for those who aren't familiar with this event, what is the Vintage Farm Equipment Show?
Okay, we're located in Atkinson, Illinois at Bridge Park, and what we'll have on display is vintage farm equipment. We'll have horse-drawn stuff. We'll have tractors. We'll have vintage trucks. We even have some vintage hill climbing motorcycles in that. And the guy that used to race, and he was part of the wrecking crew and stuff back in the early days. And so we got a big variety of stuff coming in. And of course, you never know what you're going to get, but you got your regulars that'll come in. But yeah, you can expect just about anything. With a lot of hit-miss engines, grinding corn or making ropes and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that was used back during that generation is there on display, and we're trying to preserve our past and what's going on, because it's all lost, you know. And if we let this go by for 1 or 2 years, it'll be gone forever, and that's why we work with our kids. Trying to promote that in our museums.
And passing it on.
Right.
So some of the things, you just mentioned some of the things that people can expect, but another one is Speaker Dan Dahl. Let's talk about that.
Okay, Dan Dahl is a living history presenter, and he does a fabulous job. He brings humor and very knowledgeable to what he's talking about, and he'll have articles on display with him, guns, uniforms, memorabilia, whatever that he's collected over the years. And if you've been to one of his presentations once, you'll always go back. He's really
that good.
Yeah, he really is. He's really good at his craft. Yeah.
And say, what is the Young Collectors Group, and why is that important for part of this group?
Okay, 2008, I started doing programs for the young people. We're trying to bring the youth back into our hobby, because the youth has been neglected, and I've realized that somebody's got to grab this and get it going. So we're trying to create and preserve our history, our agricultural history, through these kids, by going through the future of these kids coming up. And we work with the kids. We have giveaways for the kids if they're part of our group. And it's an important fact, because we're not going to live forever, and they need to take it up and keep it going for us. It's a wonderful hobby. It's really family oriented, and it's just a lot of fun. And the exhibitors will be there too. So it's we're not talking just farm equipment, like you said, motorcycles and such, and they'll be there to answer questions, right? Right. Our people stay with their displays. Some shows you go to, you can't find anybody, so if you got a question, but like our blacksmiths and our horseshoer, last year he brought a trick pony, and that was a big hit for the kids and stuff.
I bet.
But yeah, it's a fun family event. We've got a lot of nice grass and lots of shade. And modern bathrooms. There's no boxes.
Awesome. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. So tell us about all the details as far as where it's being held.
Okay, it's going to be held at Bridge Park in Atkinson, which is, you get into Atkinson, you find the railroad tracks, you get across railroad tracks, and head west or to the left, and we're right there, right on the corner between 19030 East to 2120 Street.
Okay.
And you won't miss it. You'll see the trees and the grass and the buildings and
all the equipment
and all the equipment,
the motorcycles and
right.
And so, what about the donations? Where does that money go?
Okay, well, we take and help sponsor 7 of the agricultural museums in Henry County, and then our kids program. So the leftover profits that we have, we divvy it up and try to help doing different things.
Yeah.
Because the museums are hurting for people to volunteer and for money-wise. And so that's one thing we're doing. We're promoting. And we'll also have some of the museums there during our show so they can talk about their museums.
That's
and
awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then we do keep some money back to start up the following year, you know, to
Right.
get started, because doing stuff like this is not cheap.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A lot of time and a lot of money. So can people still sign up to display equipment? And if so, how do they do that?
Okay, they can either reach me or they can just actually come out Saturday morning and bring their stuff. They don't have to reserve a spot.
Okay.
But no, we just, you know, come on out and visit us, whether you want to be a spectator or exhibitor. If
Yeah.
you got, your grandson's got a card table with tractors or toys on it,
Yeah.
and he'd love to display it, that's more than great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. We're encouraging. Anybody can bring what they want or just kick back and come back and visit with us.
The more the better.
That's right. That's right. Right.
All right. Well, Dave, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and talk to us today.
Well, thank you very much for having us and letting us be here.
No,
Appreciate it a
no
lot.
problem. Sounds like a real fun event. And again, this segment was sponsored by the Vintage Farm Equipment Show. And for more information, you can reach Dave at the number on your screen at 441-5915. And we'll also have all those details and that number at ourquadcities.com.